Oh, we know how you like it. Raw and uncut with DJ Baker.
Go out there, man. Do your thing. All right, go get it.
Now, you said you have some update to something we were talking about earlier. Oh, here it is. Ray. It is Ray. The popular Twitch streamer Ray meets Odell Beckham for the first time and tells him how fine he is. Well, lie detector, I like what Philly World says there, but, I would have to say I agree. And you know what? Shout out to Ray. Ray, you could do that. You can do that. You know what I mean? If that was one of us, he would have flipped out probably. He would have flipped out. I ain't gay. I told you already, man. I told you I'm not gay. Oh, God. The crash outs. It's the crash outs. All about the crash out. I don't need all this. I just need the little bit right here. Yeah, so this was look at him right here. Here he comes, gives him the pound, says, "Bro, you're fine, right? Yeah, you're fine. You're a fine man." I think the way he said it though made him sound like he said, "You are fine. You're a fine man. You're a fine man." You know what I mean? Hold up. Can you just press it up for a little bit? He's signing the there's a football thing here, and Ray is having everyone sign the football. He said, "Your dad look good. You're a fine dude. You're a fine dude. I'm going to keep it a buck." It's the way that he said "fine dude." Let me tell you something about these dudes here. Let me tell you about these guys. Okay, it depends on where it's coming from. Ray is not intimidating. You know what I'm saying? And he did say he prerequisite no gay shit, man. No gay shit, man. You a fine dude. So when you say that no gay shit, it's almost like you're no homo. You've already kind of like I'm not trying to come on to you, which I actually have no problem saying no gay shit because I would say gay shit. You're fine as hell. I'm just letting you know right now, as if if you open your mouth and the things that come out of your mouth is good on a good date, you can get it. You can get it. Oh, that's not too forward, is it? You know. This is why brothers like that can't take niggas like me. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Say so, queso, say so, like him too. There's a lot of us out here, us masculine dudes that you learn the art of talking to these kind of guys, and a lot of times they can't handle it. I mean, but I gotta be straight up. If you. I told you that time, right? Picked up a dude at the job, right at the job when everyone's working. Like I literally bust a truck out. This is when I was at UPS, and I bust the whole truck out, it was in 30 minutes when it usually takes an hour. So I cut the time in half. And when you feeling all that adrenaline and that all, they were pumping, man. I was pumping. And I thought you couldn't tell me a motherfucking thing, okay? You couldn't tell me a motherfucking thing. I walked up to the dude. He was a cutie too. He was a little short guy. You know how I am with my short man. I love me a short man. Yeah, there he is. Little dainty thing. Shut up. Here I go. And so, I had my friends at the job at the time. They're fucking gagging. All of them are gagging. Like you're not gonna do that. It's like, watch me. I tell you. And I talked to him, what I mean? He did, he was receptacle. I got his number. We met up after, work. He didn't live far from me, actually. You know what I'm saying? But he was receptive, and I snatched it, right in front of the fellas. And ever since then, the guys all have respect for me after that. Like, and that's why I used to say, there are gay guys in groups of dudes that are gangster with it. I'm not saying that's the norm. It's usually, something that you have to earn. You know what I'm saying? You earn a level of respect, and then once you earn that level of respect, you let them in a little bit. And letting them in, I let them in as bisexual, and they took that in, and then, I realized that all you do is dudes, dude. That's all I talk to is dudes. So what do you think? What do you think? And then they notice that you're not trying to come on to them. They're like, well, he's not coming on to me. Some of them get offended by that, by the way. They get offended by that. Well, why aren't you coming on to me? Because you're not my type, you know. Yeah. And you're straight, so I don't want you. Yeah. Like once you, like, I'm one of those people too. Like once you find out that some guy is straight, it's like, okay, well that's off limits. Unless, like, listen, you could say you're heterosexual, but then if you're flirting back and forth, don't get mad if things happen. You do the most city thing. You know what I mean? You give them the comfort. And then they're laying in your chest, and you start pushing them down. Remember we had this conversation? Shout out to Ray, talking to Odell, and Odell took it like a champ because it was Ray. It wasn't a dude. Like a guy, a black guy. You know what I mean? It wasn't a hood guy. It was Ray. It was a little Asian twink. You know what I mean? He's not scared of a little Asian twink. If anything, he probably likes Asian twinks, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? And I think you do. We miss you, Wendy. How you doing? Odell Beckham. What a great guy. I like the jacket, too, by the way.
Oh, we know how you like it. Raw and uncut with DJ Baker.
Go out there, man. Do your thing. All right, go get it.